second.
Okay, thank you.
I am good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good evening. Borough of Ramsey Mayor and Council regular meeting, Wednesday, January 24th, 2024. This meeting is also being conducted telephonically. The dial-in number is 425-436-6365, access code 213563. The meeting may also be viewed on the Ramsey YouTube channel, which you can find that address on the Borough website. May I please have the roll call?
Mayor Dillon,
Here.
Councilwoman Cusick,
Here.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Here.
Councilman Kilman,
Here.
Councilman Popolo,
Here.
Councilwoman Poppy,
Here.
Councilwoman Woods.
Here.
Thank you. Well, flag salute. I'll ask Mr. Parker to please lead us in the flag salute this evening.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of all citizens to have advance notice of and to attend all meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting the public is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, notice of this meeting of the Mayor and Council was published in the Bergen Record and the Ridgewood News on Friday, January 19th, 2024. Do we have approval of the minutes?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I make a motion to receive and file the minutes for the Synodi on January 3rd, 2024, and the reorganization meeting on January 1st, 2024.
This is Councilwoman Cusick. I second.
Thank you. Do we have any comments on the minutes? Any changes? Maybe not hearing any. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Yes.
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilman Popolo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. Do we have communications?
I would like to make a motion to accept the communications listed on tonight's agenda.
And I second, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Do we have any comments on the communications?
Yes, Madam Mayor. This is Councilwoman Cusick, and I would like to make some comments regarding our Shade Tree Commission.
Okay.
At times, there are differences in opinions and how to approach something, and I fully respect that. It goes without saying that I'm thankful for their years of service. Thank you very much, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Any other comments on communications? Okay, not hearing any. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick,
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Yes.
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilman Popolo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll open it up for public comment. Anyone wishing to address the governing body, please give your name, spelling the last name and address. Please speak in an audible tone and address your comments to the chair. There will be a 5-minute time limit per speaker, unless reduced because of the volume of business on the agenda. Please note public comment is your time. Out of respect and fairness to all, there will be no interruptions or questions answered during your time. No time shall be ceded to anyone else, and no time shall be saved for later use. Any responses may be given during the governing body's comments later in the meeting or is directed by the chair. The Borough Clerk is the official timekeeper. Any comments from anyone in council chambers? I knew you couldn't resist, Mr. Parker.
That's why I'm here, partially, anyway. Chance Parker, PR, KER, Ramsey, New Jersey. I do, council members, Madam Mayor, I do greatly appreciate and grateful for the opportunity to continue to serve the residents of Ramsey in a more formal and official capacity as a pending part of the Environmental Commission. So I have said in front of you all before, I'll say it again, right? It's the commitment and the dedication of volunteers that really build the threads which establish a very strong social fabric which ties this community together. And I do believe the volunteers here in Ramsey are second to none. So with that, I am slightly conflicted in the loss of over 80 years of institutional and subject matter expertise with the exodus of 3 very senior, very committed, very dedicated volunteers for the Shade Tree Commission. And in my new capacity, I certainly look forward to better collaboration and cooperation between government bodies and organizations to ultimately, again, benefit the residents of Ramsey. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Anyone else? Okay, is there anyone on the line that would like to make a public comment? Second call for public comment. Third and final call for public comment. Not hearing anyone on the line, I will close public comment. We have no advertised public hearings for final consideration of ordinances. And I hereby make the following appointments. And Ms. Bendian, just know that I'm adding a person for it, okay?
Okay.
Dr. Dustin Monroe to the Board of Health, Brian Dillon, Shade Tree Commission, James Kennedy, Shade Tree Commission, Melissa Quast, Shade Tree Commission, James Lewis, Shade Tree Commission, Chance Parker, Environmental Commission, alternate number 2. Thank you. Okay. Do we have consent resolutions then? And I'll do the swearing-ins after the consent resolutions.
Hang on just one second. I wish we were bring it up.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Be it resolved that Resolution 032-2024 through and including 045-2024, having been considered by the governing body of the Borough of Ramsey, be and are hereby passed and approved. We have some special permit requests this evening. The Knights of Columbus is requesting permission to hold their annual collection of funds for people with disabilities on the weekend of April 5th through 7th, 2024. They will be at the Bottle King, Ramsey Liquors, Bagel Boys, Bueno Bagels, B&G Bagels, Walgreens, and Farmers Market. The Academy of St. Paul's is requesting permission to hold their annual carnival April 24th through April 28th, 2024. Hours are Wednesday through Friday, 6 to 10 p.m., Saturday 1 to 11 p.m., Sunday 1 to 7 p.m. The Minetti Dennis Group is requesting permission to hold their annual townwide garage sale on Saturday, May 4th, 2024, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. And that request is being tabled, and there are no block party requests this evening. Thank you.
Do we have a second?
Second that.
Thank you. Any comments on the resolutions? Not hearing any. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Popolo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
We'll do the swearing. We didn't have our
I, Chance Parker, solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of Environmental Commission Alternate 2 according to the best of my ability. I do further solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and to the governments established in the United States and in this state, under the authority of the people. So help me God.
Congratulations and thank you.
I do not.
I do.
All the duties of
the office of
of the office of
Shade Tree Commission
Shade Tree Commission
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
I do further solemnly swear
Further solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey
of the State of New Jersey
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
as the government established
and to the government established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and this state
under the authority of the people,
and under the authority of the people.
so help me.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Right side.
Okay.
Please raise your right hand. I, Judy Kennedy, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the government established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, so help me God. I do further solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of Board of Health, alternate one, according to the best of my ability, so help me God. Thank you.
She should have been confirmed by council. She should have been confirmed by council.
Okay, there we go. Committee and liaison reports, Finance Administration, Councilman Gutwetter.
Thank you once again, Madam Mayor.
You know what, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Mr. Bozay raised a good point. Let's have a motion to go out of order so that we can do the new business, the Hamilton driveway permit application. Have a motion?
Motion to go out of order, Madam Mayor.
Second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Gentlemen, I imagine you're here for the Hamilton driveway permit application. Come on up. I'll turn it over to Mr. Scandariato.
How are you, sir? Are you the applicant?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Why don't you make a brief opening statement?
Sure. So we reside at 189 South Central Avenue, and we're currently in the process and have been approved for the zoning to deconstruct the original garage that's there and construct a new garage that will attach to the dwelling, and also do some other zoning improvements around the neighborhood, which is get rid of the white picket fence that surrounds the property. And as part of that, the issue, I guess, at hand really is the width of the driveway, which is existing at 32 feet. And I know the zoning board had asked us to ask for permission to retain that at 32 feet rather than the typical 20 feet, I think, that's in the ordinance. So that's the request that we would have. And I brought Ken Kafer here, who's the architect of record, with the drawings and the application as well.
Are you going to testify, or is it just going to be this gentleman?
I'll ask Ken to testify, Ken Kafer to testify for me, if that's possible.
Okay. Sir, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear testimony about to give in this matter is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Will you state your name, spell your last name, and give your business address, please?
Kenneth Kafer, K-A-E-F-E-R, 712 Summit Avenue, Franklin Lakes.
Please,
Okay, the issue this evening is approval of the 32-foot wide driveway. It's existing that way now, and we would like to have this 32-foot wide driveway approved by Madam Mayor and Council.
Now, it encroaches into the setback, does it not?
Well, the driveway encroaches into the right-of-way.
Okay.
The
What
setback of
about
the property.
What about
The
this?
side, yes, it does on the side yard, side yard setback.
Okay, and,
It's about 3 foot off the setback.
okay, and it should be 5 feet, correct?
That's correct.
All right. Why is that necessary?
Well, one of the reasons is Orchard Place is very narrow, and it doesn't allow for any really street parking. So this driveway would allow to have 3 cars parked in the driveway.
3 cars in the driveway and 2 cars in the garage?
In the garage.
Total
yes,
5 cars.
correct.
How many cars does the gentleman have?
3 there now, yes.
I'm sorry?
3,
Okay.
but it allows for some guest parking. It would allow for guest parking.
Well, I forget parking, but guests can park on the street, can't they?
Not really, because it's a very narrow street. The paved area is only like a little over 20 feet wide.
Okay, continue.
Well, that's basically basically all that I have to say.
Mr. Kiefer, it's my understanding that the Hamiltons, when they appeared before the Board of Adjustment, they did not seek relief from the 5-foot setback.
That's true.
We don't have authority to grant that 5-foot setback, relief for that. That's so, it's either you go to 30 feet, so you have 5-foot setback,
We
or
could
you go
live-
back before the Board of Adjustment and ask for
Okay.
another waiver.
We could live with 30 feet.
So you'll agree to 30 feet so that there's a 5-foot setback from the
Yes.
adjacent property?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Do we have to do a motion?
No. Did anybody on the board have
Oh,
any questions?
anybody have any questions for the applicant or his architect? I hear it.
Okay,
Anybody
does any-
from the public have any questions for the applicant or the architect? Not hearing any?
Okay. Does anyone from the public have anything to say either for or against this application?
Okay, thank you. All right, so do we do a motion?
Motion, yes.
Okay.
Motion either for or against.
All right, I need a motion either for or against the approval of this application with the modification that is a 30-foot driveway as opposed to 30 feet, so that the 5-foot buffer is there. Do I have a motion for?
Madam Mayor, this is Councilwoman Cusick. I motion for.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick.
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter.
Yes.
Councilman Kilman.
Yes.
Councilman Popolo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy.
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, have a nice evening. Okay, do I have a motion to go back into order?
I'll make a motion to go back into order.
Second.
Board of Health, it is there. Yes, it was there. Oh, she was there at the reorg. one.
Yes.
She was reorg.
Okay,
I'm sorry, can I have a motion to go back into order?
sorry.
I'll make a motion to go back into order.
Thank you. Second?
I second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, Finance and Committee reports. Councilman Gutwetter, Finance Administration.
Thank you again. Okay, first off, I just want to express my congratulations to those that were appointed this evening and thank them for their service to the borough. For my report on my committees, for the library board, the HVAC project continues with a few delays, but looks like the end of February for completion. Operations have continued with a minimum of interruptions. The children's room renovation will be the next project as the year progresses. I'll report on a specific timeline for this once it is known. Events held in the last month include the holiday party for kids, an in-person yoga that was held at the Knights of Columbus property, baby story time, and grab and go for take-home crafts. The Recreation Commission held its reorganization meeting this past Monday night. The Civic Rec registration is now fully open and operational to the public. Winter sports continue with basketball and wrestling and run to mid-March, and a new K through 3 basketball clinic will debut in the fall. A volleyball clinic will run in the spring for 6th to 8th grade girls. Ramsey Hockey Spring League registration is open, and the Rec Commission is looking to create a Ramsey Parks and Recreation Instagram page and update the Facebook page. As for the farmer's market is open every Sunday in the winter from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., weather permitting, with some but not all of the regular vendors, about 12 to 15 per week. Medora Farms and Orchards of Conklin are always there for your fruits and vegetables. That's all I have this evening.
Thank you. Public Safety, Councilman Tillman.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First off, congratulations to all our appointments, and in particular, Ms. Kennedy, thank you, Mr. Parker, who's still here, Mr. Dillon, Dr. Monroe, Ms. Quest, and Dr. Kennedy, or excuse me, Mr. Kennedy. And thank you for your service and continuing to do what you do for our community. As public safety liaison, at our past mayor and council meetings, we have continually provided regular updates on the new fire department, rescue squad, OEM station house project that will replace this 70-year-old deteriorating structure on South Island Road. The goal of this capital project is to build a first-rate emergency services complex that will serve Ramsey for many generations to come. The current design, development, and construction documents will be presented by Netta Architects and by members of the Building Committee to the Ramsey Planning Board on Tuesday, February 6th at 7:30 p.m. The original one was canceled due to weather. In the minutes from past mayor and council meetings, we have outlined what's included in Netta Architects' contract of $1,152,000 over the 4 main phases of services, which will cover a timeline of approximately 2.5 years. Netta's contract fees also incorporate the cost of Netta's outside engineers and professionals working with them on the project. This combined approach with Netta Architects on this project will save the borough money and time and will provide greater project efficiency and coordination by having all these different disciplines working through Netta. We have set up a page on the borough website for this project under Community. That's the heading on the landing page, and it's featured in the left column sidebar. The folder is titled Fire Rescue OEM Building Project, where anyone who is interested can find plans and pertinent information as it becomes finalized. Or you can simply type in folders in the search bar and it will come up as listed. Again, the current design, development, and construction documents will be presented by Netta Architects and by members of the Building Committee to the Planning Board on Tuesday, February 6th, starting at 7:30. On the next topic, Board of Health, a topic near and dear to everyone's hearts, deer population management. On January 13th at the Bergen County mayoral meeting, the topic deer-human conflict was discussed. From Ramsey, Councilwoman Sarah Poppy, Board of Health member Chris Haas, and I joined Mayor Dillon to attend the New Jersey Department of Fish and Wildlife presentation regarding the latest research and thinking of deer population management. Their comprehensive research examined a number of areas such as deer birth and development rates, survival rates, natural and predation death rates, human-caused deaths from car strikes and fence entanglements, to legal hunting. They covered deer trapping and relocation, deer overcrowding sickness and disease, birth control and surgical sterilization methods, as well as monitoring immigration and emigration rates between municipalities. A lot of material was presented and discussed, and for the sake of time, I will jump ahead to their conclusion. And that was that lethal deer management, that being legally controlled hunting by professional licensed bow hunters, saw the most significant and measurable results. It came as no surprise. Year after year, the lethal approach has proven to be the most successful and least costly to cull growing deer populations. In particular, United Bow Hunters of New Jersey presented to the group and explained their approach. This group is the only state hunting organization named in the New Jersey State Community-Based Deer Management Law, and they work closely with the New Jersey Department of Fish and Wildlife and are fully insured. Their bow hunters must pass stringent qualifications and background checks and must exhibit bow shot placement expertise. Saddle River has used them over the past 3 years with a high degree of success, and the venison is provided to programs that feed those in need through a program called Hunters Helping the Hungry, resulting in 40,000 meals served a year. Over the past several years, Mayor Dillon has regularly brought this topic up to other mayoral meetings in Bergen County without reaching consensus on a workable solution until now. It's a sensitive topic, but the voices of residents have grown increasingly louder, requesting municipalities for an effective deer management process to protect home ornamentation, gardens, fear of diseases carried by ticks, and there are reports of deer, unafraid of humans, becoming antagonistic to people and dogs on homeowners' property. Not to mention, commercial nurseries are not only losing business, but they're also being decimated from hungry deer. As a result, Mayor Dillon has asked Chris Haas on the Board of Health to spearhead this effort with the goal of developing a workable approach that could commence this autumn. We will also encourage neighboring municipalities to join us in this effort, and there will be more to come on this topic in future meetings as things develop. And that's my report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Building, Planning, and Zoning, Councilwoman Woods.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I have a short report. I would like to congratulate the latest appointees. Thank you, Mr. Parker, for your service. I would also like to just mention that the zoning board meeting was canceled this last week. We look forward to having the meeting in February. The design review board meeting also did not happen because there were no applications. And, but the seniors were very active. I won't read all 6 pages of the minutes, but I will just point out that they are very, very active, and they have almost 500 members as of January 10th. They continue to do cell phone workshops, book club. They had the president of the Ridgewood Symphony come and speak with them, and they're going to be doing attending a concert in March. They're looking for a new venue for the holiday luncheon with the country club closed. So that has been a challenge to find something affordable that will provide enough space. And, yeah, they're just super busy, and I think that covers the most. And that's all I have tonight, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Utilities, Buildings, and Grounds, Councilwoman Cusick. Can you pass it down?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Congratulations to all our appointments from our time together last time we met on January 3rd. And in addition, thank you, Dr. Monroe, Mr. Parker. Look forward to seeing your wonderful contributions to our community. And in a time where, in a day where time is such a precious commodity, with deepest gratitude, I do thank you for your commitment to serve. I want to thank Councilwoman Poppy, as the mayor and council hosted a new residents council, coffee with the council on Sunday. I'm sure that Ms. Poppy will speak more about this. To all those folks who braved the cold and joined us for the morning, it was wonderful to connect with you. My report tonight will provide an update regarding our Planning Board, Shade Tree Commission, and Board of Public Works. The Planning Board will next meet on the 6th of February. The meeting on the 16th was canceled. I want to congratulate Mike Palumbo, Roger Iorio, Stephen Strollo, Brian Garbaz, and Christian Grissoni for their appointments and commitment to serve. The Shade Tree met on the 18th January 2024. The next meeting will be on the 15th February. There's information on our borough's website regarding our Shade Tree Commission. I want to thank Brian Dillon, Melissa Quast, Judy Kennedy.
Jim Kennedy.
I'm sorry, James Kennedy, and Jim Lewis for their commitment to serve. The Ramsey Board of Public Works last met on the 22nd of January. The next meeting is 26 February 2024. Congratulations and thanks to Chris Coronado, Douglas Emmett, and Dr. Bob Boff for their appointments and commitment to serve. The lead service line replacement project continues. This project requires that all lead service lines served by the water system be replaced by the year 2031. The lead service replacement program Phase 2 H2M, our contractor, is working with Ramsey for the next phase of our replacement program, which will include test pit excavation and replacement of discovered lead service lines to be performed in the spring and summer of 2024. There are now 71 sites that will be included as a part of the Phase 2 project. Construction is expected to begin by the beginning of May 2024. The Ramsey leaf removal has been completed, and I thank the Borough team for their hard work and the residents also for your cooperation during the leaf collection process. And thanks to our Board of Public Works and our road department with the snow and ice removal. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Public and Governmental Relations, Councilwoman Poppy.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Here it comes.
Here it comes. Okay, on Sunday, January 21st, we held a new resident mixer for anyone who moved to town since January 2023 at the Ramsey Community Center. Approximately 40 residents attended. It was a warm and uplifting event. Thank you to the mayor and council members who attended and those who supported the initiative. Our next mixer will be on June 11th at the Ramsey Municipal Pool. It'll be open to about 2 years of residents. The rain date will be June 18th. I would also like to extend my thanks to the scout troops who came to do crafts with the children. They were able to obtain service hours. And it was great fun for the little ones too. So thank you everyone for your support on the initiative. The Ramsey Journal, believe it or not, is coming up again. I will begin scoping for the spring edition. So I've begun planning on dates and topics for that. There was no Ramsey Municipal Alliance meeting in January. They will have their next meeting on February 26th. The Pool Commission met on the 17th and mainly discussed rates for next year. They will vote on these rates at the next meeting, the third week of February. And I would also like to extend my gratitude to our appointees on the agenda tonight. Mr. Parker, thank you for coming in person. It's always nice to see those who come to be sworn in at the meetings that they're appointed at. So thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank
That
you.
concludes my report.
Thank you. Health, Education, Social Services, Councilman Popolo.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I too congratulate the new appointees and thank you for your commitment and serving and taking on those roles. Congratulations to Councilwoman Hoppy on a great new resident event. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun to sit down and talk to the new residents and look forward to the next one. Just for my committees, I only have really one with Rife. They're working on 2 events for February, which we're looking at a dance, and we might even have an art night or a karaoke night for it. And they did begin Challenger Basketball, which started in January, and that will go through mid-March. Board of Ed will meet next week for their meeting, and Environmental was canceled in January and will pick up in February. That's all I have for tonight.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, for my remarks, I want to say thank you to the former members of the Shade Tree Commission for their service, and I wish them well. Thank you to Councilwoman Poppy for organizing the coffee with the mayor and council on Sunday. That was a great event. And of course, thank you to the Girl Scouts and Jackie Gerst for doing the craft. It's always nice to see the Girl Scouts. Thank you to Dr. Dustin Monroe and Judy Kenny for being on the Board of Health, to Brian Dillon, Jim Kennedy, Melissa Quast, and Jim Lewis for working on the Shade Tree Commission, and to Mr. Parker for the Environmental Commission. A little more on the color for the remarks that Councilman Kilman gave. The mayors that were in attendance at the January 13th meeting included Saddle River, Upper Saddle River, Franklin Lakes, Hohokus, Ridgewood, Allendale, and Waldwick. Bob Mayer was not there. I was able to speak with him earlier this week and get him up to speed, and he seems definitely interested in being part of this potential solution. And the reason why this is so important, because if one town does deer management, and the surrounding towns don't, that's not a solution, because the deer do not know town boundaries. So we all have to do this as a group. And MAWA is extremely important because how large it is and how many wooded areas they have. Now, the next thing that we're gonna work on is trying to get the county to engage with us. Because so far, the county has refused to engage with us on deer management, even though we've asked several times. So that is something that the Northwest Bergen County Mayors Association will be working on collectively. And I also want to let everybody know, Borough Administrator Vosé was at that meeting, and in addition, so was Chief Lyman and Captain Shervin, because any solution we do with United Bowhunters, if that is the solution that we ultimately agree upon, we have to work with the police department. It's absolutely necessary. So I just want to make that very clear to everybody, you know, there's a lot of work's going to go into this, and I thank Dr. Haas for agreeing to lead the effort on behalf of the Borough of Ramsey, because it's going to be a Herculean effort on his part, and he's already started working on it. Okay. And I think that's all I have. Thank you. Mr. Vosé, Borough Administrator.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. All right, I'll first discuss some of the items on our agenda tonight. Resolution 40 is authorizing the purchase of a 2025 Western Star chassis for a hoist truck for the Department of Public Works. In 2023, as part of the Borough Capital Budget Funding, we approved Ordinance 4-2023, which had funding for a hoist truck and related equipment for the Department of Public Works. This resolution is the first part of completing that truck with the purchase of the chassis under a cooperative purchasing agreement from Hudson County Motors for $156,914. Other equipment, including the hoist, will be subsequently purchased to be mounted on this base chassis. Resolution 41 is an appropriation reserve transfer. Number one, as we've mentioned at previous meetings, an appropriation transfer is a net neutral budget item, moving unutilized funds from one line item to another that may have had unbudgeted needs throughout the year. Again, there's no overall budget or tax impact, just the formal shifting of funds from one line item to another. At the end of the budget calendar year, that prior year's budget's unexpended funds become appropriation reserves for bills from services or equipment that occurred in calendar year, in this instance 2023, that are not invoiced until the new year 2024. In this case, we had bills received in 2024 that require this net neutral transfer from one 2023 budget line item to another. Resolution 43 is awarding a contract to BGD Contracting for bathroom renovation at Finch Park. The borough had applied for and received a grant from the Bergen County Community Development Block Grant Program for funding to renovate and make ADA compliant improvements to the bathroom in the borough meeting room / VFW and polling location in Finch Park. 3 quotes were sought for the work, and BGD was the lowest quote received. BGD had previously performed the renovation work on the Borough Hall bathrooms, also funded by a CDBG grant. Work should be started shortly, and we plan to have the project completed by late March. Resolutions 44 and 45 on the agenda are confirming the Board of Public Works purchase of 2 replacement service vehicles, including the vehicle service body, snowplows, and emergency lighting. The Board of Public Works at its last meeting this past Monday passed a resolution approving funding for 2 replacement vehicles for its main service fleet. The 2 vehicles being replaced are 16 and 18 years old and at the end of their useful life and coming up on some major repairs. These 2 resolutions award contracts for the purchase of the trucks from Frank's Truck Center and the service body and snowplows from Cliffside Body Corporation. The purchases are being made under New Jersey state approved cooperative purchasing contracts. The trucks are $66,801.58 each, and the service body and snowplows are $27,307 each. We have a ordinance for introduction on the agenda later tonight that will be amending Chapter 19 of the Borough Code regarding fees for water usage. Over the last 10 years, from 2014 through 2023, the Board of Public Works did not raise water and sewer rates in 5 of those 10 years, and has also only increased rates 1 time since 2019. The other 5 years of the last 10, the rate increases when they were made were under 2% for a 10-year annual average rate increase of 0.91% or less than 1% a year over the last 10 years. Due to the inflationary operating cost increases and increased regulatory costs the Board of Public Works faces, at their January meeting, they passed a resolution to adopt a 3.91% water increase and a 3.96% sewer increase effective for 2024. The water rate changes are confirmed and enacted by ordinance of the mayor and council, while the sewer rate changes are confirmed and enacted by a resolution of the mayor and council. The ordinance number 1 on the agenda tonight is the introduction for the water rate increase, and the resolution for the sewer rate increase will be at the February 14th meeting, when the final hearing is also on the water rate increase. I have a couple other comments I would just make. I would first thank the Shade Tree Commission members who have left their service for all of their dedicated service over the many years to the borough. They spent a lot of hours and time, and we thank them for that. I would just also speak about what happens when tree ordinances are alleged to, or suspected to be violated. Whenever someone is suspected of violating a borough ordinance regarding tree removal, they will first receive a letter from Shade Tree Coordinator or the zoning officer. We will ask for compensation determined by the Tree Restoration Fund schedule. This fund is used for the planting of trees in the future at various locations within the borough. If an agreement cannot be made, then a summons will be issued at that time, and a fine would be determined by the judge. In the beginning of January, for example, we received a check, though, of $7,000 from an agreement made due to unauthorized tree removal. There was no need to take up the court's time for this. The process works. In fact, it is a process that both the municipal judge and the Shade Tree attorney have counseled the commission as the most productive path to a resolution rather than going through the courts. So I would just clarify that what is the process that we're doing under this ordinance now, and that it has seemed to work over many times over the years and has been productive for the borough and its residents. And that's all my comments.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Borough Attorney.
Yes, Madam Mayor. In response to the resignation of certain members of the Shade Tree Commission, I intend to issue the following letter tomorrow. The letter states, your correspondence dated January 18, 2024, stating your desire to resign as a member of the Borough Shade Tree Commission is acknowledged. The self-serving content offered to justify the abandonment of your appointment is untrue, unwarranted, and requires immediate correction. Proceedings before the Commission have become increasingly adversarial. While your length of service is noted, the draconian measures imposed are well beyond governmental authorizations and will not be tolerated. The responsibility of the Shade Tree Commission is to advise, not enforce, the ordinance. A copy of the borough's resolution dated today accepting the resignation will also be forwarded. Thank you, Mayor. That's all I have.
Thank you. Borough Attorney. Borough Clerk, Ms. Bendian?
Thank you, I have nothing.
Okay, great. Now, let's move on to introduction of ordinances.
Thank you, Matt. May I have the phone?
Sure.
Sorry. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Intro Ordinance 01-2024, be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending Chapter 19 of the Code of the Borough of Ramsey, Bergen County, New Jersey, and more specifically subsection 19-2.1 thereof entitled, Fees for Water Usage, pass the first reading by title, and that said ordinance be further considered for final passage and adoption at a regular meeting of the mayor and council to be held on the 14th day of February 2024, 7 p.m. prevailing time, or as soon after as the matter can be reached at the municipal building in said borough. And be it further resolved that the borough clerk be, and she hereby is instructed to publish in an official newspaper of the borough in the manner provided by law, a copy of said ordinance, together with notice of introduction thereof, and notice when the same will be considered for final passage and adoption.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I will second that, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Does any member of the council have any comments in addition to the comments by Mr. Bozay? No? Not hearing. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Popolo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, we have no unfinished business. We've already done the new business, so do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, Madam Mayor.
I'll
Okay.
second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Get home safe, folks. It's like pea soup out there. Not very nice out. Good night, Chance. Have a good night. Take care.